Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 51st episode of the HSBG Podcast. I'm your host, Educatedcollins. I'm here with my constant co-host, Shadybunny. Shady, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Collins. How are you today?
I bet you are. First thing we always talk about is no. Lobby Legends is tomorrow. Let's go talk about that right now. Like, can you believe it? Like, it's actually tomorrow. I think that's the first thing I want to mention. So if you guys are, just tuning in, if you're hearing this tomorrow, it's today. Go watch it right now. It's probably on right now. Go watch it.
Today's April 1st, so April, just give the
All
date,
right.
right? Today's April 1st, so tournament starts April
Sure,
2nd.
Shady being pragmatic. I'm being direct. It's tomorrow. It's now. Go watch it.
Tomorrow, if you listened to this yesterday, it's somewhere.
It's not right now. Yes, you can
If
go
you're from the future, anything.
But yeah, that we will talk about that later. But let's be honest, we always talk about our weekly overview, and we are gonna go over our week most likely in another topic. So you don't have to go crazy, but generally, how was your week? How was it feeling? That kind of thing.
Yeah, so I've been keeping up, I feel, for the past few weeks, and then there's like big breakthroughs last week. Just or I guess this week, right? Just some really good games, string of really good games, and I feel like I just really like something clicked, right? So I feel like my progression always goes in like these chunks, and it's like I get like a click. I'm like, okay, I get it now. Cool. So I feel like friend of a friend was actually good for me.
I know.
Where
That's all the
it
EU
sort of
people saying that. I hear it
well,
nonstop.
yes, yeah. So on one hand, like friend of a friend was good for my MMR, sure, but it was also good to remind me, like, hey, let me just play like this the whole time, because it really forced me to just really go aggressive for those wins, and it just and honestly, it was also you, right? Like, I'm gonna give you some credit.
Yeah,
You just
wow.
say like, just go to 6 every time, Shady. Come on, what do we do? Because it reminded me, like, why am I not going to 6 every time? Let's go to 6 every time again. It was just like, and then I just started winning game after game after game. So it's like, all right, why am I not going to 6 all the time? And obviously, like you gotta, it's game dependent, and sometimes you're gonna get a fat top 8 if you're not reading the cues. But yeah, no, it's my week was great, Collins.
Yeah, and
How was
I
yours?
did not like friend of a friend because it reminded everyone or taught everyone that you can do it. And that was like my, strategy. I was just destroying people. And now everyone's like, oh yeah, we can actually just win the lobby. I forgot we could do that, And friend of a friend is reminding me, oh yeah, you could do that every lobby, right? That's like, so it's kind of annoying for me. And like, you're like, oh here you go, right before the tournament. Here's a little reminder how to play the game. Just like, come on, guys. Don't do this. I want to win. Like, it's annoying. But hey, my week was definitely less stressful. Not really. I didn't really play that much too. I mean, I played a lot. That's not true. I played a lot, but I didn't play a lot on my main. And it doesn't feel the same to me. Like I don't care if I lose on if it doesn't like matter for like positioning. So it's very like absent-mindedly playing, which I don't think is like really good for tournament practice. So I haven't been trying to grind too much this week. It's just been, just chilling, which is good for me because I want to be not tired, not stressed, not playing too much for the tournament. So I think it's the right approach for my type.
I had that. I had a similar feeling when I was camping. Right, it was like, oh, I don't have to play. So the way how I fixed that for me is I just said, okay, I'll take it seriously to climb on an A so that I can technically, because Bill, right, is the Bill and Waterloo, right, those are examples of people that are eligible on double servers to qualify for Lobby Legends. So it's like, well, it's possible to do that. It's obviously very difficult, but I just took that and said, okay, this is how I'm going to take these games seriously, and I think that makes for better practice and better content. So that's how I fixed that issue for me. I just said, okay, I'm going to play on an A, and I'm going to try to be in a position to qualify here, however difficult that's going to be, of course. But then I started taking the game seriously.
Yeah, the issue for me is that I know when I'm at my reset, so I'm just like, let's take the game seriously right into the server reset. Like, I'm not doing that. Like, you can spend like a whole month trying to grind another server, and then bam, like you have to redo that. So I think it's very, very nice to that at the beginning of a season, right, where you have both climbs. But once it's like in the middle and the expansion's coming, the server reset, like you could spend the month climbing and then bam, you have to redo it. Because usually once you climb to a certain point, your internal MMR is going to be very similar. So no matter how much you climb past that, you're not really helping your case once it resets. So I'm not a fan of doing extra effort for no reason a lot of the time, unless there's a good cause or whatever. But it's like that's how it feels to me, and that's why my brain doesn't let me do these things, because it's like, hey, Collins, what are you doing? Stop
Too
it.
realistic.
But yeah, I mean, we will talk about Lobby Legends in detail later on. But I did want to kind of just go over the most important thing, just kind of our experience for qualifying for this Lobby Legends portion, right? I do think we kind of had different experiences overall, just based on our situations. So,
Did you aim that monkey ass there? Yeah, right.
Yeah, of course I did.
So, of course you did.
I'm a professional,
Of course, yeah.
But how was it for you? How were you feeling?
So I'll start with the morning before the last day. So I play in the morning. That's when I'm fresh. I get up really early. I work out, get my mind ready, and then I start my day. So that's when I'm going to play my best. So that's when I want to climb. You were there.
Yeah, I've been cheering you on, dude. That's
pretty much
that's
right.
Been
Every morning, like, yeah. So that's awesome. I appreciate that. So the morning before the last day, I queued up, and my best hero was Kurt. So I was like, oof, it's been a while,
I was
right?
very scared.
yeah. I picked Kurt, and I just said, okay, let me just find some moments to tempo and then just get a brand and a 7 anyway. And I ended up making an Amalgadon board with Kurt. So I was like, oof, okay, right. So I got the first place on Kurt. That put me in a really good spot. But I wanted to, I think I was rank 9 or 8 or so.
Right. Yeah.
So pretty solid, because the top 16 qualifies. So if you're 8 or 9, that doesn't always hold, but it's at least a very good base. Then I wanted to play more, but I disconnected during the Kurt game.
Yeah.
And I got back in and was able to buy my minion, etc. So it was fine. So then I queued again. But then during that game, I also disconnected. So I got very scared, like, oh my God, what if I'm not going to get back in on time in one of these games? I'm going to get a top 8. Then I feel like I'm going to have to play again, but then I'm also not going to want to play again, because what if I disconnect again? And it's like, it's just, that's kind of the nightmare scenario. So decided to call it after that game, which was a 3rd place for a +1. So that had pretty much no effect. Although I was tied with one player at one point.
You were ahead. You were ahead. But
yeah, well, I was tied, but like the decimal was higher for me, right? So the +1, the +1 mattered in that regard. Yeah. It mattered a bit. I'm not sure if it mattered in the grand scheme of things, but I got +1 for one game, and I distinctly remember chat saying like, "This is gonna matter. The +1 matters." So there you go. That was my experience before the last day. Now I wish I could have played more there, because man, that last day was so stressful. I started, I think, I started in the top 10,
right?
And then we're 11, and then we're 12, and it holds at 12 for a long time. But then we're 13, and then we're 14. And now we're 15. It's like, oh my God, no. And I'm just sitting there like, I don't want to play at 1 p.m., man.
1 a.m.
Mush. So that was that was my experience. Now, we were all watching Babofat, who, as a true champ, was streaming his games, which, like, that requires some balls. A lot of the people are going to play their games off stream because they don't want to give information to the competition.
That's how I do it personally.
Yeah, I think that's completely normal, right? But Babo said, I'll stream it anyway. So that was the that was the situation. So pretty much everyone was watching Babo's stream because no one else was streaming their games. Although no, RDU streamed his games as well. Like RDU was also camping and had to play a game here and there, and just won his games or got second or so it did really well. So he saved this rating. So yeah, we were all watching Babo's stream, and he had to come from far. He had like a roughly like 2.5 wins required or so in order to make a real impact. And he wins game number 1 and he wins game number 2, and we're sitting there like, oh my god, it's actually gonna happen. They're like, because I had a pretty good buffer. It was like so many things have to go wrong for me to have to play. I was like, oh my god, it's actually happening. Everything is coming together, and I'm gonna have to play. So yeah, Babo queues up that final game super exhausted. It's been playing all day, grinding, doing well, of course, but it's really tough. And then it's really sad to say, but in the moment you feel some relief. It's like, oh, I didn't win the 3rd game in a row, which is bad because you're rooting against someone.
Not me. I'm rooting for Shady, but I'm also rooting for Bob. Like, I'm not in this. Don't throw me under here.
That's true. Collins was rooting for Babo, and I said, "You're rooting against me, Collins match, right?" So
I know. I felt a little bad because I'm like, if this happens, I can't really do it. I'm like, no, I gotta root for the.
That's fair. Collins stayed true to himself and said, "All right, I'm rooting for everyone, even if that means you're not making it, Shady."
No, I would be devastated, but I can't like actively be like, I'm gonna.
It's all good. But yeah, so that was my experience. My experience was, I wish I could have played a little bit more, but just the connection issues made me too scared to queue up. So I just said, well, this is gonna have to do, and it got very, very close. We got to rank 15, and we were one. Essentially, if Babo had won that game, Soren would have had to queue, who was ranked 16. And here's the issue. It's now 12:30 or so.
Yeah.
The competition ends at 1 a.m. So that's half an hour. If Seville and Babo both queue and do well, I am not going to have enough time to react. So I'm going to be 17th by default without having to play or without getting to play. So I would have to make the call. Am I going to not play and hope that one of them has a bad game and I stay top 16? So one of them will go into top 16, one of them will drop. Or do I assume that both of them make it and I also play and I also win? But that's so many assumptions. So I said, I'm running all the numbers, and it just feels like there's so many more things that can go wrong if I play, because so many things would have to go wrong for me. And then if I play, I would pretty much need a first or a second, or I'd be losing MMR. So I decided to sit, and it worked out. But that doesn't mean that
It's such an interesting kind of discussion, because there's not a lot of players that get to be in this position and get to talk about the intricacies.
It's the whole meta game, right? It's a meta game of qualifying.
Yeah, where it's not my. I am just I know myself in that position. I'm just gonna play it, like, and then lose or win. I'm just gonna.
You'd rather have that be your own fate, right? Like, okay, I lost, but that's because I played. Yeah. I didn't lose because I made the decision.
I didn't make it because I don't deserve it. Basically,
it's why I. But the thing is, if I had felt 100% fresh, I would have probably.
I know. It's not the right.
But I'm just sitting there, like, I'm just like, my brain does not like, I'm. There's a reason I'm up at 4 a.m., right? So it's just, if I have to, basically I've been up for 21 hours at that point. It's just, you're not going to have the quality plays. Anyways, like, it was great overall. It was great that I made it. I had to remind myself a number of times, like, it's okay. Like, whatever happens. It's awesome that it's awesome that this is my problem now, right? The quality of problems has gone up significantly since the last month. Right, yeah. Last month, I was just, trying to get there, and I was hopelessly stuck in the second page. And this month, I was like, all right, well, now my problem is whether I should play or, try to hold my rank in the top 16. So, yeah. So, your experience was noticeably less stressful.
Yeah, but that's of my own, making here. I had a very similar experience last month, and I told myself that I'm not doing that again. So I'm done. All right, so strategy: let's get top one, and then stay top 10 here, top 5 or so, right? So, um, like this week I was pretty high rated, and the issue for me, like I was playing over the weekend, I was feeling a little bit worried about my positioning. I didn't feel safe. Like I know I was like top 5, I didn't feel safe. I don't know why, because like I guess my experience last month kind of put like a little bit of pressure on me because other people could have done what I did last month, where I wasn't in contention. I basically just like climbed like 700 over the weekend to get back in there. After throwing that MMR away, of course, but like it's, and then also there were people that went into top 16 last month that weren't even close at all. Like just people gained like 1,000 MMR over.
Yeah, just going crazy right now.
I think one thing that mattered was that it was over a weekend. So more people had more time to just like grind. It was just like weekend grind, let's go. Here was over the weekdays, so some people work and they don't have as much like time to just like rigorously grind. Even if it's a weekday, like you don't feel like I'll spend the whole week just playing Battlegrounds all week. Like, no, it's not that common. So I think that's why it didn't move as much, especially for people in NA. But over the weekend I played, and I was feeling worried because I was kind of losing my games at the very end. Like I would climb over the day, and then like I'd play when I'm tired and I'd lose. And it just reminded me of last month where I'm just like throwing away my progress at the very end. Yeah. And I was just telling myself I'm not gonna do this again. Like I'm not gonna force myself. So I remember Monday morning I played and I won my 4 games or whatever that I played in the morning, and I was feeling comfortable. So I was just like, okay, if I told myself if I win these games, I will just not play till the reset because I'm pretty sure it will stick. 11 people aren't gonna beat me, over 2 days. Like that's not gonna happen. So I was just like, let me stop.
Oh, to be fair, on EU, if it was close enough, it could have happened, man. Like that people were just pushing and pushing and pushing. But
yeah, but I was like ranked 5 or 4.
Yeah, I think you just want to look at the number as well, right? Like, and then you just had a good gap in terms of points, right? Not just ranking.
No one was close. Yeah.
But you were very safe.
So I just told myself I'm not gonna do it because if I play on my account, I'm just gonna keep playing. Like so I just went to my main. Went to my alts and just swapped and just like I'm gonna play on this just for the till the end, and that worked out for me, right? I wasn't feeling so stressful. And it was so weird watching other people play, like for the qualifications, because it just reminded, it gave me stress. I was just stressful. Like, oh my God, I remember this. Oh, I remember doing this. Oh, I feel so bad, but it's like, what can you do, right? Like that's the position they're in, right? Being that raid. So I was just worried. But it is definitely like, I know as a viewer, I was more of a viewer than a competitor this time, and I can see why people were saying, "Oh, it's so fun to watch." The people try to make it, and their grind. It's very fun the last day, and I can see where they're coming from because it's kind of cool to just feel their emotion, because that's the one thing you don't really get all the time when you're watching people play. Like that every game matters emotion of tournaments and qualifications where. They're really trying to win, and they're really like, I need these, I need these games. So that was pretty cool to see. I couldn't get to do it last month because I was just like, I need to grind. I need to play, right? And I was just super tired at the end. But here I got to see it, I got to experience it, and it was cool. To watch people play and kind of see, oh yeah, good luck everyone, basically. Like you're standing on the cliff and you're like, good luck everyone, like I hope you make it. But it was, I had a lot of fun, and glad to make it again, right? Like it is nice, definitely. And congratulations, Shady, to make it in. Rooting for you the whole time, so.
Thank you, Collins. Same to you, of course.
Yeah, that was my experience this month.
I,
Definitely a lot
I'd say
chiller.
the big winners are the viewers, right? Like you mentioned, the experience when you're either
The big, let me be honest, the big winners are the streamers at rank 15 and 16 that queue and stream it. Those are the big winners.
Well, yes and no, because they're also potentially, blocking themselves of getting
I
there.
mean, I'm just saying, like, you get a
I
nice
feel
bump, in viewership. If
you get a nice bump in viewership, and I hope that they got a lot of followers and that a lot of that traction sticks. But I think just for the viewership, it's just so much fun that now, maybe not every month, but most months, you have something to look forward to. Like, oh wow, it's like the end of the month push, right?
Yeah, I know, but like, if I really wanted that viewership, I would intentionally go down to 15, or and it's just like, hey guys, I'm trying, I'm trying, but for a fact you're just gonna win, but you get the views.
It's like, Gallywix or Alex. I guess Alex can get some dragons. I'm gonna pick the Alex. Oh no, I dropped down.
Drop down. No.
Oh no.
I got to climb again. No.
And then you don't get good heroes again. Kick weight.
Yeah.
Kick weight. What's going on?
One S starts you start feeling. It's too stressful. I don't know if that's
not
worth
doing
it.
that. I'll put it that way. I'm good not doing it.
But yeah, recommend just being higher rated, and just chilling.
Have you thought about just not being rank 15, Shady?
I'm just saying, next one, try that. It's my
yeah. Oh, that was another thing, man. There's so many, like, I will say RDU has some serious patience, man. Like, the man, he can take some stuff from chat, because there's so many people in chat who say, like, why don't you just win like a couple more games and it's no problem, man. Like, you're not going to make it. And I'm just like, yeah, or he queues, gets a top 8 and spends the entire time trying to get it back. And then maybe he gets
I agree. Like, I don't know about, like, chat doesn't play like high MMR ladder. Like, they don't. At the last day of qualification, chat's never been in that position, and they're just like, oh yeah, just win the game. Like, it's not like the other players are gonna try this today, like, for no reason. It's like, it's just a free win, RD. Like, I
don't understand. The streamer is so stupid. I can see the play clearly. The play is to win a few more games.
Just win 10 games, RDU. Like,
I'm sitting there like, oh man, this man has some patience. This is great. All right. So, anyways, I'm happy for him that he made it. Probably in no small part by not taking chat's advice.
Classic.
So, yeah. The classic.
I can't imagine, like, just like having to listen and be like, oh yeah, just play, just win, like, every, like, and the annoying part, I already know, like, you listen to them, you play, you lose, then they'll just berate you the rest of the stream.
Why did you play King W?
There's no sympathy.
King W.
Oh my god, dude. Man, chat, come on, guys.
Of course.
We're better than this. But I think that's a good discussion for the qualifications where we both made it in. Like, that's TLDR. We both made it in. We're going to be qualifying in the next portion. And this is where I was going to show what the lobbies would look like. But we've got some like breaking news to talk about beforehand. So, Silver Name and Advo, they got a competitive ban till October. Due to them kind of, I guess, teaming up and stuff, they had some incriminating evidence in a few sources that some of the Blizzard employees took a look at, decided that was good enough of evidence, and decided to ban both of them till October. So I want to discuss this because they both made it to top 16 in the EU server. So that will have some ramifications moving forward. And overall, like, that, this is a pretty big deal for this to happen as well.
Yeah. Shall we go over Silvername's reply first? Have you seen that one?
No, I have not. So
okay, I'm just like, I'm as subtly as possible, just throwing that in there before we start here. So Silvername has replied that footage was not from this season, that was a non-competitive season. and that during this season he has not done any team play. So he's denying all those allegations, and he says that the ban is groundless. So of course, we're not the judge and the jury here. So we're going to see what Blizzard does with that information, and they're going to have to check that.
Glad you put that in, because that is important.
That is important, right? And it's so, and especially when you have a platform, it's so easy for people to, get the torches and the pitchforks out and be like, let's roast someone. So
I don't view us as a news source, even though.
But we do a little bit of that, right? So I want to make sure that, and that doesn't mean that it's one way or the other way. We just want to put all the information out there, and then you can make up your own mind. And obviously, in the end, it doesn't even matter too much what we think of it. What matters is what Blizzard does, right? Of course.
Yeah. So that is this is the current situation, right? This came in the morning, like almost like less than an hour since we started, so it's pretty fresh. Yeah. So things might not be exactly the same when you watch this, or in a week from now. This might not be the case, right? Things might change, but I do think it is like the action itself is worth discussing in essence.
Yeah,
and I think that
you can do like a meta discussion from here, right? You can separate from this very specific case. This gives you some stuff to work with, right, for a bigger discussion of, what about teaming? What about streamers that are teaming? What about people that aren't streaming that are teaming? So yeah, it's a lot of stuff to cover there.
Yeah. So this one is also like we are good friends, right? Like, fortunately, like we play in different regions. Technically, like we're currently qualifying in different regions, but like I could see us, like if we both were playing like NA or EU, right? Like we could be in similar games, and I'd be like, Shady, do I want to kill him?
I don't want to kill him.
Yeah, right. Like I can just imagine. Exactly. Do I want to kill him? Not really, But like I wouldn't necessarily. And even in there have been some like other seasons where we've been in the same lobbies, right? And I've been like, I'm not killing Shady. I'm not gonna try to kill Shady. But like it's also weird, because in essence, I also do like, it's Shady, I need to kill him. I've done that too.
I have sold my nomies against you. I'm not gonna lie.
So there's also like that switch. Like maybe it's just like us being competitive, where it's like I need to kill shit.
If anything, I will take it more seriously. Yeah. I'll be like, it's Collins. I'm selling the brand.
So there's also that other situation where you're gonna try harder, but I do think it's easier for us to be like, oh yeah, let's just chill here, and let me not go super hard to kill this player here. So it is something that I think about. Like, we're not playing the same region, but like this could be a situation we could have like unintentionally seen ourselves in if we were playing in a similar region. Like we are streamers, right? Like the spotlight's on us, and things like
for
that.
For sure.
So
I guess what it's like, it would be nice to have some clarity, right, on exactly, because this is also the thing, like, to what extent is it teaming, right? Because I think the screenshot that was showed was pretty obvious. There was a mama bear in the front, in front of the rat pack. Yeah. The Fur Reaper was all the way in the back. So there was some very questionable positioning, but leveling to 6 versus someone as opposed to rolling on 5, is that teaming, right?
I level to 6 regardless.
Yeah, right. That's the thing. So I'm just saying, like, and once again, I'm not the judge or the jury here. I just want to throw it out that this is some really, really murky area we're treading into right now. What is teaming? What is not teaming? Because can you say that someone is playing different because they're playing against someone they know? Even if there's no communication, like even if there's communication in terms of an emote, like I wave at my opponents all the time saying, hey, I'm leveling. If you were going to level, like, is that going to be against the rules now? Because is that technically teaming, communicating to your opponent that you're leveling? If so, maybe we have to disable emotes in lobbies.
Why can't I squelch? This is very. I don't like them. I don't like the emotes. I want to squelch everybody. Like squelch all auto. Like I would do that. That's for me. But you moving on. I agree. Like where is the line drawn? And it's not clear at all.
That is the scary part, right? Well, we don't need, but it would be nice if we have clear information on what is going to get you in trouble and what is not. Because you can draw this line as far as you want, right? You can say if you wave at any random person in your lobby to communicate that you are leveling, that is teaming. You are both gaining an advantage, and that is against the spirit of the game.
A lot of the streamers like qualified for EU, they're in their friends list. They talk to each other, like
Yeah. Can you message other people while you're playing? Maybe that's also a big no-no. You can't type anything to anyone.
That's a bit crazy.
I know, absolutely, and I wouldn't want it to be that crazy, right? But it's just, yeah, it's very it's a little scary, right? That the permaban gets thrown out like that, and I'm not saying it's unjust, right? Of course, it's up to Blizzard to investigate it, especially after Silvername's reply. But I guess it just for competitors, it would be best to be prudent, right? To be very careful. Perhaps don't message anyone you're playing against in your lobby, and definitely don't type in chat or whatever, like, hey, don't kill me or whatever. So
I'm gonna say, don't worry about it.
It's not a perma. Sorry, it's not a perma ban. That's me misspeaking. It's not a perma ban. It was still October. Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Like, what's the chance they target you specifically? It's probably not gonna happen. Don't worry about it. That's my advice. Like it's
Cause advice is like, don't worry about it. It's fine.
What's the chances? How many players play Battlegrounds? It's just two a month. It's like even. You're safe, guys. Don't worry about it. Don't be stressing. We this ain't a monk ass true. But to be fair, like another real like interesting point about this is like this is hard to check. And for example, this example I think is particularly weird because I believe the evidence was like gotten from like a video done a while ago, right? And if this was something they wanted to enforce, they should have had access or knowledge about this video before, and this should have already been out there. This ruling and then this discussion and all that, it should have already been there. But because someone has to like post something like a clip on Twitter and then you get discussion, it means there's not like an active force that are looking into these cases preemptively.
Right. And I guess something here as well is that there might be reasons they're getting banned that weren't mentioned, right? And once again, that's pure speculation, of course, but it could be that it wasn't just, there is a video of them throwing the positioning, right, to not kill the other person.
Sure, but I'm gonna look at it as the sources I'm given, right? I'm not gonna give.
Sure. Yeah, I just want to throw it out that it's possible that that's not the only thing, or not even the decisive thing. Right?
Yeah, but it's hard to make that argument when it's specifically these two people and they were the focus of that video, right? Like it's hard to be like, yes, this video had no impact. It's literally these two people in the video, that are getting ruling. It's like there's for a fact these like they might not have done it this season, but there's been discussion of other people doing it in this season that I'm aware of, that are in the tournament, right? But they haven't, like, maybe they're not streamers and maybe they're not as prominent. There's no one talking about them as much as Silvername. Like Silvername's very prominent as well, right? They're friends, so it's hard to say, it's not like this isn't the evidence. They're using other database when there's more people that could have been targeted, right? Like from sources that I know of, right? So it's just a bit weird for me to ignore that is the evidence they're using when if there'd be other changes as well. So I just think it's interesting, right? Like that there's no preemptive force, there's no team, right? Maybe they don't have the people looking into it, right? Trying to have the BG ladder experience as competitive as possible, and it is definitely a bunch of work, right? Maybe it's just like not worth the effort, and they would need people to complain to actually
Yeah,
look into it.
it's
But
more like if you file a report, we'll look into it.
yeah,
It's not being consistently monitored, which I think is fair, right? Because there's so many games going on at any given time that monitoring all those games, or even monitoring all the high MMR games, right? That would be way too resource
bit of
intense.
effort, yeah. Also,
Yeah,
I just think it's interesting, right? But then it also throws the discussion of like being a streamer, right? Because like if you're not a streamer, if you don't have a channel or somewhere where people can watch your games, it's very easy to do exactly what was done in the video shown, especially if you're not a
yeah.
streamer. And it's like, how do you even find them, right? How do you find those people?
That is the fear, of course. It's a little bit like and credit to Sunglitters here to make this analogy. She said, and this is not Sunglitters defending anyone here, by the way. She just threw it out that is this similar to disconnecting being allowed because we can't monitor non-streamers not disconnecting? Because ideally Blizzard would just say, hey, don't DC, and people wouldn't reconnect during their turn to gain more time. But because you wouldn't be able to check non-streamers for disconnecting, how does that go for, let's say, these other forms of teaming, where if people are forming groups, teams of, I don't know, let's say 4 people that are queuing up together and saying, okay, we're going to try and manipulate the MMR system, right? It's more than just leveling with each other. It's saying, okay, let's say we have one main account and 3 fodder accounts, right? And the 3 fodder accounts are trying to feed the main account. Like, how is that monitored if those people aren't streaming, right? That's so difficult to check. At least I would imagine that. So essentially,
That
yeah.
reminds me of something. Why is there no match history where I can see who I'm playing against in my matches, right? Because like sometimes when you feel like you're getting sniped or stuff like that, right? Like you go talk to them, they're like, "Oh, what time did that happen? Let me, where's the data?" And I'm just like, "There's no match history. I play like 20 games a day. How are you expecting me to know
That'd
exactly?
be
Oh,
nice.
this game 5,
Yep.
7, and
Well, as a
11. I
streamer,
got
you'd be
sniped."
able to go through your
Yeah,
VODs,
I
right?
know, but like, okay,
Yeah, if you're not
it's
streaming, good luck with
literally like
that.
a handful of people that can actually go through their VODs and check, and also that's so much extra work, right? If you had match history where you can check, where you're like, oh yeah, this person was in 14 of my 20 games. Like that's weird, right? Like that's
Interesting. Yeah,
that's a little bit unusual, right? On average, right? So like it's weird that there's no system to like really like check quickly and then like see, oh, these things are happening. So I just want to throw that on there. Like Blizzard, it'd be, I would like that feature, it'd be cool. And it'd just be cool to like be like, oh yeah, this guy, remember this player. Oh yeah, this guy's pretty good, that kind of thing. Like, oh yeah. But I do think it makes it a lot harder to kind of check and like realize, oh, some of your like random biases are like, this guy's always like trolling me, or something like that, where you're like, it's actually just he's in every game of mine, and they're in every game and they're sniping me or something. But it'd be easier to check, but since we don't have that feature, it's a lot harder. And even as a streamer, like I don't care enough to check like multiple 8-hour VODs just check, oh, how many times is this one player that is in my game. I don't care like that much, but it would be nice.
yeah, it's just something to think about, right? Like where it's a little bit of a, because on one hand it's very nice to see that Blizzard is saying like, hey, this shit is not going to fly. We're not going to let people game the system like this.
Right.
The one thing I'm just afraid of is how are we going to be able to monitor if it's not streamers? That's the one thing. Obviously, the only thing we can do, and anyone that wants to get there fair and square, is just play, do your best, and don't try to game the system. Essentially, just play and get there fair and square. But it is in the back of your mind where you're thinking about it. Oh, what if there's just some non-streamers that do this intelligently? That's the thing, right? Because if you make accounts Shadybunny 1, Shadybunny 2, Shadybunny 3, yeah, that stuff stands out. But if you take some random ass names and you have your friends play on those accounts, that's hard to check, right? Especially if you have a little bit of rotation going on, you're not always playing with the same accounts. Like, how do you check for that? How do you fish for those people? Yeah, so I feel like if it's done
Turns out the top
intelligently,
16 is all just one player.
yeah, like it's just XQN and all of the counts, right? Oh man, yeah. No, that's it's yeah. Anyways, happy to see that Blizzard at least cares, right? To say, okay, we're not going to let this fly, and we'll see, we'll take it as it comes, and hopefully, we just know enough of the people in the top 16 that there's enough spotlight on them, where we say, okay, well, this person, I always see them in the game, and it's always in these weird games or whatnot. Anyways, I think we've talked enough about it. The takeaway is that it's cool that Blizzard is doing something about this.
Oh, was that the takeaway? That was not my takeaway.
My takeaway is that it's okay. So I would rather have them do something about it and then take a step back and say, okay, that was maybe a bit much, but just as a means to at least give people a warning, like, hey, you can get caught, and we'll do something about it.
Okay, fair enough. I also like it, but also, it can be scary, especially if you're a streamer and you're like, well, non-streamers just cheat all the time. They just snipe you all day.
Why can't I cheat?
Like, I know. They just
Where's my freedom?
Yeah, exactly. They just snipe you and they talk to each other. It's like, well, this doesn't feel fair at all. But I understand. Yeah, it's hard to enforce, and you do want to have some justice in the system whenever it can be possible, and especially if it's obvious. So yeah, but moving on from this, right? We will talk about who made it in, what the lobbies will look like, right? Based on this, and one thing stands out to me like immediately, which makes me a little bit sad, but apparently we're both in lobby 1, and that maybe I could have you see, so I talked about this last month, right? Where I was like, what if you want to avoid somebody, right? Mm-hmm. You don't want them in your lobby. Maybe you could move down, drop a placement that fixes everything. I could have done that, but I was asleep, but also didn't know.
I was going to say, here I am staying up late, but Colin's actually at the rest for Lobby Legends. So it's excused. It's excused. It's fine.
I'm not staying up till 2 a.m. for no reason. That's not the smart play when the tournament's tomorrow. But yeah, apparently we're both in lobby 1, so it's weird because you gotta win. Like, if it's the same format as last month, you gotta win the 50-50 of being a top 4. You get a bunch of even stronger players in your lobbies, and then bam, you gotta win another top 4 again, right? So the chance that you get out of there is low. And if you're both in the same lobby, it's like you both have to do well, right? And you don't know each other, right? So you both have to top 2 together, twice, right? And Dummit's in this lobby. And he won 3 firsts in a row. It's not an easy lobby to be in. So I'm a little bit scared for this one in particular. But that's the draw we were in. We're just gonna have to make do with whatever. So it's a Monka-esque lobby for me, but I'm gonna try to win. Shay's gonna try to win. Hopefully one of us makes it out, right?
I'm just happy I'm there, and I feel like a lot of it's really just you've got a shot. You've absolutely got a shot, no matter how tough the lobby is.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, just play and do the best. Just try to get.
We both have a shot in the same lobby. That's
of course.
We'll
make it out together, Coop Game. We'll make it out together.
Shady with the hopium.
Just top 4 2 times in a row.
I'm so dead, Drew and Dread, and Shady's like, hopium. Let's drink. Let's breathe some of that. I'm just like, all right, fine. But yeah, it's Monka for me. But just looking at the people that qualified, the thing that shocks me the most is how many streamers from EU just made it in. There's so many streamers from EU. It's the amount of people that there are more streamers than anything else, right? XQN, Dummit.
Before we continue on this, should the bans stick, by the way, the lobbies might change. So then we're
I
not
don't know
going to
if
be in the
that's
same lobby.
true, right? Because isn't it the same?
The rankings will change, right? I'll move up because Silvername is above me, right? So you'll take him out. I'll move up.
That's I like the sound of that, Shady. If that's
Well,
how
I mean, obviously, I don't want to, be like, this is the same all over again with Babel fans. Like, I hope the ban sticks because then I don't have to play with Collins, right? So, excuse me, that was coarse voice. So, yeah, that's, that is part of the, it could be that we're not in the same lobby. We'll have to see what happens.
I would much rather that be the case.
Yeah,
it's so much harder for two people in the same lobby to both get out than one person in different lobbies to.
One might say twice as hard.
Yeah. So, some would say it, but
some might say that. I'm not saying I'm saying that, but some might say that.
Give me anybody else, like, I don't care.
You'll kill him, man. I feel no remorse.
Yeah, no remorse. Yeah, but like in the games, I'm gonna be like, one of these guys is shady.
Yeah,
that's how I'm gonna be like. So yeah, it's like who's playing the most tempo, like.
Who has a brand on there, bro? I've spotted Collins, the person with the first brand.
It's like turn 13. Like, that's the brand. Like, all right, but yeah, I feel so. If that does change things, that would be pretty interesting. Hopefully, I would prefer that, but I'm just looking at what I've been given so far, right? And right now we're in the same lobbies, but I do think it is pretty interesting that there's so many streamers in EU. There's quite a bit in NA too. Like I think the second month, a lot of the streamers really focused on getting it, right? Like that's kind of how it felt. Where like they shouldn't have been blindsided last month, but maybe they were like, oh wow, you actually need to try. Like 16 is kind of hard to get. Like from top 50, it's actually hard to climb. Like yeah, it is. You actually have to be grinding from the beginning of the month, basically. And it feels like they really did that this month. So.
I really feel that, like you did that so well, right? Where there was the announcement of, hey, ladder's gonna matter, but no details, right? Just like, hey, ladder is gonna matter. And you just like, I'm grinding, I'm pushing. And you got rank 1, right?
Yeah.
And you had some really, really good padding there. And then suddenly it's announced like, hey, you got to be top 16. And then everyone else was like, Pikachu face, like, what? Nobody told me this. Like, my rank was going to matter. Why does my rank matter? All right. So, yeah, I think you're spot on when you're saying this month there was, not no excuses, of course. You can always have something come up. But it was like, hey, right, from the start of the month, you got to be top 16. And I think that it does matter for a lot of people that they've got this specific target in mind. Okay, like I got to get here. And it's probably a lot easier for them to start pushing than for that target.
Yeah, the thing is, like, when I didn't know, I thought it was like top 4. That was the, so I was like, well,
that was the worst case scenario.
So I was like, yeah, I just needed to be top 4. Which I could have done this month if I wanted to, but I like to.
But you were merciful. You let someone else in the top 4.
Yeah. I like to just don't do too much for no reason. Like if I need top 4 to qualify, okay, let's aim for that. If I need top 16, let's aim for that. Instead of like, we need top 16, we gotta be 1 or we fail. Like I don't care. Like it doesn't matter what the number is as long as you win the tournament, basically, for me. So that's kind of how we're looking at it. But I do think it's also interesting to talk about the people that made it in again, right? Like from last month. There's actually quite a lot of overlap. And I don't know if I have exactly the people. I know it was on a Discord, but if I go to Discord, your camera will change, so I'm not going to do that. But there's quite a bit of people: XQN, Dummit. I think JJ was in, Zixo was in, Tyler. Like almost the top 6 of EU is the same. Like they all made it in. I know RD is new. Bill made it, but Bill was in NA last month, so he just moved over.
Bill just qualified on EU while he was pushing on NA as well. Just just to be sure.
Yeah. Mask was in I don't think Zorg made it last. Oh, what did he? I don't think he made it last time. Yeah, I don't
I'm
think
not
he
sure.
did.
I know he's usually very high though. But
Yeah. And Shady Soren all new, right? Satellite and NA zone. Like NA is actually very similar to last month. I think Fast Eddie is different. I think Alucard is also sleepy. Lee made it. Lee was in, but like he just like a lot of people left in NA last month, so he actually just made it in.
Extra invite.
Yeah. So, and AP, I can't really tell you. I think I saw there was like 6 or 7 that were the same from Asia Pacific that qualified this month as well. So, a lot more changes, I think, in that region compared to the others. But this is interesting. Like we did talk about it, right? You said a lot was going to be different. And I was thinking there'd be a kind of. I mean, you think a lot was going to be same. I think that's what you said.
I think I said right 75%, right?
Be
It's going to be the
yeah.
same.
And I said there'd be
minimum 50%. I think I said 75. Yeah.
I said there'd be more changes, and I think you were more correct. But like it's between 50 to 75, right? I think that's
yeah. If we were professionals, we would have done the math and beforehand and be like, here we go. There's a prediction.
I'm not doing that.
We'll have that. We'll have that ready for you next time, or better yet, we will ask chat to prep it for next week. So chat, that's your homework. Yeah. Somebody bring us the percentages. That'll be interesting to hear.
Yeah, do not give me extra work, Shady, on top of what I do. No. I'm not doing it. No. But I think it's pretty interesting just to see the similarities. But now moving on, right? We've been basically talking about the Lobby Legends qualifications, but there's an actual Lobby Legends. I believe Raid Leaders is the name of this particular month tournament that's going to be happening on April 2nd to 3rd. I will be participating, trying to not throw the games, as I always say, and do the best I can. Hopefully, I, am proud of my games, I guess, is the main takeaway. I do want to win. I think that would be very cool. Also, very helpful for a lot of different reasons. But will be tomorrow. I will be trying to get good rest today so that I'm not too stressed out and I can focus on the games and all that stuff. So hopefully that goes well, right? I should have like the qualifying people. I should have made that the topic. Who cares about this picture? I should have had the qualifying people.
I have it here if you want to.
Okay, good. Feel free to.
All right. So we got Group A: Bayou, Babofet, Educatedcollins, Caramon, Max 7K, Pompada 07, Summer, and Zoinu. That's Group A. Group B is Kurt, Goddammit, Hoff, Kenken, Satellite, Sese, and then a name I can't pronounce, YSCJMR, and Be Nice. So those will be the 16 players.
A lot of those people are also in this one. Like they qualified for next month, right? So like maybe it's the right people.
Makes sense, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And like there's still a huge element of variance. So the way I usually describe Battlegrounds tournaments is that it's really, really good players playing really well and having good luck. But if one of those things isn't in line, you're not going to make it, right? So if you have really bad luck, you're probably not going to make it. If you're not playing really well, you're not going to make it. If you're not a good player, you're not going to make it. So even though there is a huge, variance element where you might just not get good heroes, you might get terrible matchmaking, bad shops. Yes, that can happen, but it's still good to see that there is this element of consistency to it.
Yeah, for sure. So kind of cool. I'm just gonna try. It's 2 days, so you get this you get today or tomorrow, and then you'll see if you make it in. If you don't make it in, then bam, right?
You've got your 3 rounds again. Yeah,
I think so. I thought it might be more, right? But
I'm reading here, right, the format. So
I haven't read it, so
Okay, so Lobby Legends 3 games.
That's short. That's very short.
It is short, and I'm just double checking it to make sure I'm not missing
I thought it
anything.
would be
But I mean,
like 4 or 5 since they're doing it over 2 days, right? They'd have more games per
yeah,
day.
I'd hope. But I'm assuming that they're not going to have the lobbies run simultaneously. So
Oh,
I'm
oh,
guessing
that
in
makes
terms of
sense. Oh,
yeah,
okay, that makes sense.
this
Okay.
maximizes the screen time, right? So you'd have, well, once again, I'm not sure, right? It could be that they're running simultaneously, but my assumption would be that they're going to do lobby one, 3 games, then you have your qualified people, then you have your lobby two, 3 games, and then you'll know who the 8 people are going to be for day two.
Ah, that makes sense. Okay, that explains the low number of games if they're gonna, because it wouldn't be, it'd be too weird to not to do it simultaneously. I agree.
Like it could also be one round from lobby A, then a round from lobby B, right? That could also be the case. So
So
I'm not sure if you're going
tiring,
to play
but I
that.
see what you're saying. Yeah, so you
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know how long it's
So
gonna take, basically.
I would say, like, as a competitor who's playing tomorrow, you're probably the person that should know these things, right? Like,
You see, for
but
me, like the rules don't matter if you win the lobby. Like that's how I look at it. Like who cares? Like if you just win the lobby, it doesn't matter what the rules are. You're gonna win. So
Collins just looks at it like, well, am I still just supposed to kill everyone else and
yeah,
get
like,
first?
I
Yeah. Okay,
am.
that's cool.
So
No
like,
problem.
what rule? I just need to know when time I start, which I know. I'm aware of the time. But in terms of the
Yeah.
ruling, I just win. And I know there's a check format for Saturday, but I have to make it a Saturday. So that format doesn't matter. Or for Sunday.
Sunday, yeah.
Sunday, yeah. I have to make it a
Sunday.
Sunday. So that format
Yeah,
doesn't
so
matter until Sunday.
do you want to briefly explain it, or should I, the check format, just for any
You can do
listeners?
it. Go for it. Yeah.
All right.
I did it
So
before.
the way how Battlegrounds tournaments work is that you get a number of points assigned for your placement. So in this case, a first will be 7 points, an eighth will be 0 points, and everything in between just scales down 1 point.
1 point, yeah.
The goal is to get to 20 points, I believe. Yes, 20 points. And then once you are at the 20-point mark, you are then eligible to win the whole lobby by getting a first place. If you don't get a first place after you get 20 points, the game continues. So then you get another game. And in this moment, it's possible for someone else to also get 20 points and to also be eligible to win the whole tournament. So this will be a very interesting dynamic to see. Well, first of all, are we going to be able to see names as competitors?
Yes, we are.
Yes. Okay. So I assumed as much. Otherwise, it's kind of stupid.
Yeah, it's super stupid if it.
So the competitors will know who is got the lobby in check. So if you see that there are, let's say there is only one person who has 20 points accumulated, if they get a first, it's all over. But if you happen to not level against them and deal 15 damage, and then someone else does the same thing and they have a bad game, the tournament continues. So I don't know in how big of a way this is going to affect people's decision making, because in the end, it's still a little bit, I'm going to make the best play for my own game, and I hope someone else takes care of this person. So we'll see. But
I think that you're gonna see a lot of that for the first person that gets checked. Like the first guy, like he's gonna get
bodied him.
But like once 2 people are in check mode, then you're like, I can't specifically target this one person because then the other guy will just roll over. So I do think the first guy who gets checked is actually, you're gonna get a little bit trolled.
Just screwed, you better be high rolling.
Yeah, if he can high roll past that and still win anyways, then like, good for him. Yeah.
The vibe that you get here is a very board game-esque vibe where you can see other people's points and be like, oh no, they're going to win. I need to stop them from winning, right? I'm going to attack them now, or I'm not going to let them get more points, etc. So that is it'll be a fun viewing experience. I think that's for sure.
Yeah,
so obviously, I hope that you're the one that puts the lobby in check and that you just get away with it anyway. You just breeze past all those tackles, just jump over, no problem, just making it anyway. Yeah,
that'd be fun. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. People keep asking me if I'm excited, And I'm always like, nah, I need to win first. Then ask me again after the tournament, right? Because like if you lose, you're just gonna feel horrible. Like I know how these tournaments go. If you win, you're great. If you lose, you feel horrible. So if am I excited? No, I'm just anxious of the situation and the results. You know, you tell me after. I can be excited after the tournament, you know. That's where the excitement comes. If I did well and after the tournament, like, this is gonna be really
After
good for
Collins
me,
is
you know.
first
Like,
place, he's gonna feel great, dude.
yeah, so you know that's how I look at it. It's not during the tournament or it's the aftermath of the tournament that actually.
Which I think is probably a health. Well, not to the I need to win, otherwise I'm gonna feel like shit. That's maybe not so healthy. But I think in terms of your competition, I think it's healthy to not be too affected up front and just say, all right, we got a job to do here. We're gonna play. I don't really feel a particular way. I'm just gonna do my thing. I'm gonna play my
Job's
game,
not finished.
and we'll see. All right, Collins, please continue.
No. I mean that's just a quote from somebody, you know. Job's not finished.
Oh, what? Sorry.
Nothing. Leave me alone.
A meme that went straight over my head.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Exactly.
I understand that. I understand.
Very full of those, you know, the overhead memes.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's a reason I'm acquainted with those. So.
But yeah, I think we have one more topic. What is it? Oh right. We've got a podfix with changes we need to talk about too.
Wait, game content?
Yeah,
What
I
is
know.
this?
I forgot.
We're just talking
That's what
Love
we
Legends.
do in this show.
That's for next episode, Collins. Come on.
I mean, it's somewhat
No,
relevant. Right?
let's dive into it.
All right,
for sure.
so we've got a update. I believe it was like yesterday or something very similar. So it's gonna adjust it some battlegrounds tiers. Pretty much just armor changes overall. Like that's like the main takeaway. But the cook in this Dharma was moved to armor tier 1. That's one thing that. So they used to have armor. I don't like the thing is that they're not telling you what armor they had before, which
Yeah.
I would like to know what armor they had before, but they're not telling you that.
I think Nas feels a bit weird on tier 1, but I'm guessing that's in the no Murloc lobbies. He just runs away with the win with the Felbat and the Ursul.
Yeah. Nas Felbat is now common. Like people have understood. Oh, this is the way to play Nas, and
Yeah.
the stats are doing pretty well.
You do just win, right? It's really silly in a no Murloc lobby.
Yeah, so I understand the Nas. The Cookie change, I'm not been a big fan of Cookie, but I know Cookie is strong, and I play Cookie whenever there's no other option. So I understand it. Like they're both good heroes. And I don't know if they need to be tier 1, like S tier level, but it's kind of fun. Any thoughts on those?
Yeah, I mean, for the way how I play, I would not put Nostormo in tier 1 at all, because you still need to find the Felbat, you need to find the Ursul. It seems really risky, right, to go all in on that.
Yeah.
As for Cookie, I can see it, but I feel like tier 2 would probably still be okay. There's a dozen heroes I'd snap over Cookie right now. So, yeah, I mean, it's not unreasonable, right? It's understandable. So there's nothing here that I'm just like, oh, wow, this is, I can't believe they did this.
Yeah, all right. Shutterwalk moves to armor tier 3, so Shutterwalk's getting less armor, which I understand, especially now that I've seen Shady play Shutter. I'm like, yeah, I can see this now. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I've been having a good record with Shutterwalk, so I like the hero a lot right now.
Elise and Onyxia moving to armor tier 4. Elise, I think it's a nerf, and Onyxia it's a buff. Right.
Elise is a nerf for sure, because she could hit up to 9 armor before this.
I think this is fair-ish too. Onyxia, I've never touched Onyxia since the tournament, dude. That scarred me for life. I'm like never touching this hero anymore. Holy moly.
Understandable.
But at least I think it's pretty good. So it is a bit risky for Elise, right? But having that extra armor maybe allows you to level that turn earlier and then pop off. So I can see it.
Elise is one of the heroes that I'd snap over Cookie, by the way. For me, she is tier 1. Like, She feels very
At
oppressive.
least with 0 armor, though. I mean, I'm like, I don't know.
That's scary. I get it, but I don't know. If you get a 7 armor release roll, that just seems very
I'll
wrong
take
to me.
that. I agree. That's what I'm saying.
That's very, very good. So I'm not saying she should be tier 1, right? I'm just clarifying. I'm just saying that I would probably still pick her over Cookie, right? And Nosdormu, who have the 0 armor.
I know there
So,
are people that will take Cookie though over, like, especially in Murloc's Inn, like they just like.
well, my reasoning would be that Elise is better at leveling than Cookie, and you really want to level in the Murloc lobby. So I don't know, like
It's
Elise.
just different ways of looking at it. I feel.
Yeah, I mean, okay, but so my experience with Elise has been you go full tempo to make sure you get your buddy. That is the one big caveat. If you do not get your buddy by 8 gold, it's a completely different hero. It's absolutely, you need your buddy on 8 gold. So maybe I just haven't run into the game yet where it was not possible to get the buddy by 8 gold. That is possible why I might be overvaluing her. But
Yeah,
I've been taking a very I've just been taking it very seriously. Like all my picks and level timings and stuff, I've done tier 1 Elise, I've done normal curve Elise, I've stayed on tier 1. It's all dependent on, okay, who am I playing? Am I going to win? Am I going to get that extra buddy meter? It's very, very important to me. Because then on 8 gold, you level and you map, you grab a 4 drop, and then you either cycle for your 3 drop, or you cycle for your 2 drop, or you keep your board. And then the next turn, you can almost always sell, tier, sell, map, because you're gaining a 5 drop, you're gaining a 4 drop. It's almost always worth to just level and swap it out. And once you're in that position, the next turn is almost invariably level, map. Again, I'm gaining a 5, I'm gaining a 6. It's so silly. The turn after that, map again, I'm gaining another 6. It's just, you get so many high tier minions so early in the game that for me, she's been very good. But once again, I'll state again that it is possible that I just haven't had those games where you don't get the buddy on time and it's a big top 8, because she's incredibly tempo reliant. You need that buddy on 8 gold so you can level map for 1 gold.
Yeah, that's gonna be that is the difference maker. But I think that's pretty clear. Like that's a really strong curve if you can get it off. So yeah, pretty powerful hero. Definitely don't think at least in the next year like same power level like you know. So like
yeah, probably not.
But hey, what are you gonna do about it? Brucon, Kael'thas, Sunstrider, Kurtrus, Rakanishi, Rukara moved to tier 5. I don't play any of these heroes.
No comment, not relevant. That's how it feels. Sorry if anyone really likes these heroes. But
I think some of these heroes need to be moved even more up a tier. That's how I look at it. But you know, I don't care. I'm not playing them anyways, even if you move them up. So
I think Kurt, right? Because he's comfort for me, right? I'll pick a Kurt if I have to. Right? It's not like I'm dying to pick a Kurt. But
not picking any of these. So maybe
Brucon's I mean,
sometimes
you have to. Right? Yeah. Sometimes you have to.
Yeah.
So.
Edwin,
I feel like there's a couple of bad heroes that need to be in your rotation, because if you don't have any knowledge of any of the bad heroes, you're just bound to get that. Oh, this is a top 8 pack, right?
I'm a first time baby, first time Arana. Yeah, let's go. Edwin, Gilwing, Greybow, Rat King moved to tier 6. Fair enough. I think Greybow had a little bit spike doing friend meta because you just get 6 drops, right? And you're just like, well, you know, pretty good to get friends for free. You know, that's pretty good meta. But once they remove that Greybow,
Gilwing.
Yeah. But once they remove that Gilwing's like, well, I suck again. Like, back to business.
Well, with 9 armor, I'm definitely down to play a little bit more Gilwing, because it's pretty much what we talked about at the start of the podcast, where the friend meta reminding me like, hey, leveling to 6 is pretty good. So, you know, with Murloc's Inn especially, where you can get Chef and easy access to Amalgadons. I think the Gilwing curve where you Westfall on 1 on top of a pop bot or so, Westfall being the +2 attack flight path. Yeah. And then you Ironforge, and then you EPL. That's the discount one. So that has been okay for me, because you're more likely to get your buddy on time because you Westfall on 1, which then results in the buddy coming in when you activate EPL, which then means that if you're going fast, the EPL will reduce your cost to tier 6. If you're having a slower game, it'll just reduce the cost to tier 5, and you'll so maybe in a beast game, right, you just want to be on 5. But if you want to rush 6, I like the Westfall into Ironforge into EPL. Granted, you have the buddy on the turn you take EPL, and then that has worked decently well for me. So if I get a 9 armor Galewing roll, I'll probably be like, let's do some Galewing.
I remember like a month ago where I was like, it's Westfall first turn. That's the line, and I was like, I don't know the rest of it. And now, like a month later, it's like, you do this Westfall into.
I was like, I knew it.
Here's the rest of it.
I didn't know any of the other things, but I knew it.
Like I'm just saying, like I like the transition into like I was like I know step 1. I'm just not bothering to learn the rest of it. And she's like, I've learned the rest of the steps. Here you go. I was like, all right.
Try it on your Smurf. I wouldn't want to. Don't play it in Love Legends.
Okay. I'm not doing that then.
Play it on your Smurf. Let me know what you think.
Fair enough. Then the rest of these are fine. Like Greyboy, I think is stronger than the rest of these, honestly, but it's fine. Like it's a tempo hero. Maybe it's fine to give tempo heroes more armor so that they don't like fall off.
Yeah, I'm not like I used to really like Greybow, and I think it's just Acolyte being a 2-drop now that hurts him so much. You used to very, very reliably Warrior Curve on Greybow, and you'd pick up Ikiums, Micro Mummy, Acolyte, and Acolyte being out is just it makes all these heroes the same thing with Deathwing, right? It makes them less consistent because your buddy is now it's a lot easier to snipe it. Now you are Greybow, you do make taunts because it's a bit less of an issue on Greybow than it is on Deathwing. On Deathwing, your buddy just feels so naked now that you don't pick up Acolytes naturally while Warrior Curving.
Fair. And then last but not least, Illidan and Vander moved to tier 7. What do you think about that, especially Vander? You used to like him a little bit, but not has changed, huh?
Yeah, so the way how I play right now, the Vander just doesn't give me enough options. I think if you are especially now that Maxina's out, if you're in a Beast in for Macaw, Dragon in for Terragosa, Demon in for Trickster, Murloc out, if you're in that lobby and you get a 10 armor Vander, and you're not like happy with the other ones, this is very playable for sure, because you can just set this up. But it can still go wrong, and you can still just fight the high roller. Yeah. So the issue I have with these heroes that have to follow this set pattern is it's a lot harder to adapt to situations. It's a lot harder to just make it work at higher tiers.
Yeah, it's interesting how much the Acolyte. Now I'm starting to see how much the Acolyte change really screwed over a lot of other heroes.
Yeah. You used to be able to pick up Acolytes very easy on Warrior Curve and Vander.
Yeah, and now like Vander, Drektar, like no Acolytes to protect your buddies that need to survive and need to kill things. Like it hurts so much. So you're really starting to feel it there, especially for some of these heroes. And it's just like they've fallen off quite a bit because they were kind of balanced around. Oh, you get a taunt that procs twice, triggers your buddy. Safely, reliably. Now you don't have them unless you level, and then there's less of them in the pool, and you don't get to fight as many. So yeah, it's quite important, but
it's a very significant change for sure.
Yeah. Moving on, Tad will now only be able to generate minions still in the available minion pool, which basically only means you're not getting Amalgadons. That's all that means. Like the other ones don't matter. They're all in the pool except for Amalgadon, basically. So you will now not be able to just like cycle Tads from Primal Fins and then just get like Amalgadons even when there are none in the pool, which used to happen, which was pretty broken. So it's fair.
Yep. Yeah, fair change.
Still a broken hero minion, like still a really strong hero minion regardless, but yeah.
It's really nice to take from Primal Fin, like you say. Yeah. Like the amount of times you just go like Tad, sell, oh, Primal Fin, go.
Very good. Yeah.
It's very, very nice.
And then the other ones I do not think are Battle Cry. I mean,
no, these are not Battlegrounds.
Yeah.
So that was it for the Battlegrounds changes.
Yeah. Any thoughts on those changes overall? Like anything?
I guess Yeah, go ahead.
Any thoughts on the whole topic? Because we're nearing the end now. So if you want to talk about this and then talk about something else that we've talked about today, it's also pretty cool.
Sure. So in terms of the small patch, I guess the main thing for me is the Elise armor value, which I'm not sad about at all because I love playing Elise. I'm just not sure if it's very balanced. That'll be the one thing from this patch. In terms of what we talked about today, Collins, I'm just rooting for you, man. I hope you do well. I think our entire audience is going to be behind you because I may have qualified now for the qualifier, right? But you've already made it through the whole circuit, right? Like you've grinded the ladder, then you played in the qualifier, you battled your way through, you made top 4 time again, right? You got into the top 12, and now you're finally here for the big Lobby Legends tournament. So yeah, I really hope it goes well for you, man.
Yeah, I'm worried, right? Because sometimes I'll go through a situation and I'm like, my head says I'm gonna lose, and then it's always wrong, or So we'll just have to see how it goes. Right? I'll try to do my best. I'll try to sleep well today, and keep myself in the best position to take advantage of the good sports states I have been given. But yeah, we'll see. We'll just have to see. I hope it doesn't go wrong. Very well could, right? But
Chat has proposed maybe something cool to end on.
Okay.
There are some patch notes for today if you haven't seen them yet.
No, I haven't.
All right.
There are patch notes for today.
It's April Fools, so.
Okay, right. Okay, cool.
Let's read. I'll just read them out loud.
No, I can. Give me a link.
All right,
I can put it.
I will grab the link, but we can skip ahead to the BG portion, of course. Where would you like it, Collins? Discord or in chat?
I don't have chat open, so I don't have Discord open either. But I put it in chat.
I will send it to you telepathically. I hope you could remember all the dots and numbers and whatnot.
Okay. I can see. I got it. On the fly. Let's go.
Is this the one? Wait, maybe it's no. Let me see.
I'm built different, guys. I already have it on the screen.
Wait, but it might not be the right one though.
No, I have it. Check the screen.
You got the right one. Okay, good.
I'm built different, guys. I just learned about it 30 seconds. It's already on screen, guys. Let's go. Update coming live along the long-term voyage of the Sunken City includes numerous balance changes across standard, wild battlegrounds, and more. Do you want to talk about the general updates? Because
I think we can,
I like this first one.
Let's cover the first one. The first one is
the priest class been removed. I know Soup is very happy to see this. He's always been a priest hater for this whole time I've known him. So really happy to see this. This cards has been banned from all formats. Wow, damn, that's a bit sad. But yeah, okay, moving on. Let's move on to there's a lot of changes. Summon a beast into summon Leok. That's troll. Leok? That's not the one I would have picked.
Well, that's people usually don't want the Leok, right? So
yeah, exactly. That's
why the card now just summons Leok. Yeah.
I like this one. I like this change. Core Rager to a 5/1. I like it. Man, there's a lot of changes.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a lot of the BG folk are not going to know what a core.
Where the BG stuff? Is it near the end? Oh, is it just near the end? Okay. All affected cards above will be valid for a special dust refund rate of 0%. Come on, man. That's too troll. At least be 200% or something like that. Come on. This makes people sad. If you're memeing, don't do this. Make people happy. Say it's 500% or something. Don't do a don't do a 0%er. That's so mean. Explosive trap has been added to Great Akazam's secret pool. How would that actually affect him?
Wait. If you're on 2, you take 2 face damage.
Oh, you take 2 face damage.
You're just dead. You attack into him, you're dead.
Oh, and so it doesn't affect the board, right? It's just a deal 2 to your opponent.
Well, it would also deal 2 to the enemy board, I would assume, right?
Oh, so you could take less damage? Like that's the thing, right? Because the way they do it is they generate the pool of damage and
Yeah.
then they attack. But then they attack and then even if the
Oh, but
minions die,
the
will it change?
stars would drop.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'll be a funny animation. Like, whoop, whoop.
like
Yeah.
if the stars dropped, you took less damage. That would be broken, dude. I'd be picking this a lot. Like if it was, if
Just
it was
level
worth
with
it.
explosive trap. Yeah.
Yeah. Fixed a bug in Battlegrounds where Jandis Brav was sometimes offered in lobbies without tokens. This is a lot funnier if they didn't remove Tidehunter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Man.
Pepe hands,
But still decent.
fix a bug in Battlegrounds where Pyramid is sometimes offered. Is this the lowest win rate hero? Why are they doing Pyramid like that?
I don't know. Pyramid.
I think
People
Pyramid
just
is
meme on
not
Pyramid.
that trash in the right situation. So I don't know. I won my last Pyramid game. Granted, I was Finley, so it didn't count, but I technically won. I like this next one. During her first 2 turns, AFK can no longer freeze, even when send messages to friends, change settings, concede or quit. You can't even leave. I love it. I like that. I'm okay with this one. This one you could do. This one
Proper AFK. Yeah.
Oh no.
They never-
Diablo return. No. Diablo returns are a permanent addition of Battlegrounds. He was a bit overtuned, so we're toning him down for a bit in the special combat. 600 health down from 666. Wait, what? Did he have 666 health?
Yeah, so when you fought the copy
Yeah.
copy had 666 health, right?
Oh,
the
okay.
double number or whatever, right?
Well, that's a good balance change. Okay.
Right, so now it's only 600.
Yeah. Okay, good. I hate it. I hate that one. All Murlocs have charge. People have been asking why old Murloc had charge, so we're updating all other Murlocs for consistency. Fair enough. You know what I feel about this? They really put way more effort into standard. I just like just scrolling through the standard, there's like a whole list of changes, and we get like half a bucket of Battleground stuff.
I think it's just been like a tradition for standard. So maybe it's just like they have that ready. I'm not sure.
Fair enough.
But yeah, it would be fun if we, give us
give us the
give me 20 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Give me 20 minutes.
I can do so much here.
Shit on there. Yeah. Fix the bug where sometimes you wouldn't take 15 damage versus Guff on turn 6. Shit like that, right? Like the meta jokes, that'd be so good.
If you have 100% buddy meter before turn 4, move it to 99. Just gonna move it back down.
There's a lot of good stuff there. You could do like fix the bug where sometimes the brand would die in combat versus brand early, right? The brand always lives now. Be nice is rating. Hey guys.
Hey, it'd be nice. Thank you for the raid. We are during our weekly podcast. We're pretty much done. We're talking about the patch changes for this for today. Pretty interesting stuff. Now the real question is this added? Are these changes in the game? For Battlegrounds, it's not that dramatic, Like, oh yeah, you have Diablo for a day or something. Like that's it, right?
No,
like that's really the only difference, right?
I played Collins. You're safe. It's fine. No Diablo.
Like this doesn't actually change the meta that much, which is so weird, right? Like compared to like the changes
being in.
No, I know, but like that, like for an April Fool's patch, that's not that big of a deal. You know what I mean?
Right. You mean like, honestly, it's what you said, right? It's friend of a friend, right?
Yeah.
We've now made a card who can discover other buddies.
Why isn't friend of a friend back? Like you see, like we actually discussed it with our team, and friend of a friend is now going to be a permanent. Like I'll be like, too soon. But I respect it, that kind of thing. But like if you were to queue, right? You'd have to be playing Akazamzarak, which is in every game. You have to be playing Barov, which doesn't matter. Pyramid is not being offered, doesn't matter. AFK doesn't really change how you play AFK, right? It's only Diablo being in the pool.
Their April Fool's joke isn't theoretically impactful enough.
Yeah,
that's where we're at right now.
You play this game the only change is like Diablo's in the pool, so sometimes there's Diablo in your lobby. That's literally the only thing that actually like impacts your game. Everything else is like kind of like a haha, you know, kind of thing, which is a bit weird, right?
So the ask for next year is to make it a little bit more realistic, where it would change your gaming experience.
Yeah. There's no minion changes, right? Like none of that. You know, King Crush or Baby Crush isn't now a 15-15. You know, like it's 7-7. It's not, that kind of stuff. Where I'm like, yeah, I could see that. Like that's gonna change my games. If that was the change. Where if you look at standard, it's like Priest is removed. Like, oh, okay, that's
hilarious.
That's hilarious. Yeah. But yeah.
All right, I think that's it for me, Collins. Have anything else you want to share?
No, Oh right. Well, I've forgotten everything. Thank you guys. Cheer for me tomorrow. I feed off the energy. That's not true. But you could do it.
But he does cheer anyway. He appreciates it.
I do appreciate it for sure. But yeah, I'll try to do my best, and I'll try to not throw. But add fun. It's good to qualify again. Hopefully, the lobbies in the qualifiers are not me and Shady together in the same lobby at the beginning, where it's like you bit Monka Mega. But other than that, should be fine. And hopefully you guys enjoy the tournament, right? I know a lot of people are excited for that, and hopefully we have a good show and it's a lot of fun and all that good stuff, But yeah, I'll see you guys. Take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful rest of your day. You can find us on the tournament tomorrow, or so you didn't
Collins on the tournament tomorrow. You can find me in the qualifier later.
Yeah, you can find you in the qualifier. You didn't go for the co-casting role, right? There's a lot of streamers.
I did not. Okay. I just assumed I would qualify for the next one, right? It's just a little mental reinforcements. I'm not going to get into this habit of casting. I'm going to get into the habit of competing.
I like that. Yeah.
Good attitude, man.
Yeah, so yeah, that's very fair. Yeah, there are a lot of other players that are gonna co-cast them. So it's gonna be
tons of good streams out there, guys. If you're gonna want to watch, there's let me actually have a look here. I think there's a list. So I think Slissa and Gia are the main casters.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that'll be on the Play Hearthstone channel, I think.
Most likely,
Twitch and YouTube. And then lots and lots of other casts. So just have a look at the Hearthstone directory. There's going to be different casts for different languages. And of course, a lot of the community members, right? So make sure you check. It's one of those days where you're going to have 20 tabs open, basically. Just like drop in and out and check. And it's going to be a lot of hype. So it's going to be awesome.
Sounds really cool. Thank you, guys. We'll see you guys in the next episode of the HSBG Podcast, and take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful day.
See you guys.
All right, cool. The last episode I forgot to post until 2 days ago. So today I will get that done.
Are you playing after the raid or not?
I am playing one game. That's what I'm doing. I'm playing one game.
Are you playing on your Smurf or your main?
Okay, you want to play with me? Okay, we can play.
If you're playing on the Smurf,
then that's enough of a draw.
Right. I don't want to play with you on your main. That's too much chaos. But I'll play with you on your Smurf.
That is enough of a draw for me.
All right, let's go, chat. Co-op time. That's been a long time.
It's been way too long, yeah, for sure.
NA, right? Just checking.
Yeah, most likely.
Arena co-op Among Us. Yeah.
Arena co-op would be pretty cool.
That's a throwback. Mystery box arena co-op.
Those are the days.
Those are fun, yeah. So yeah, it'd be interesting to keep an eye on it. See if those lobbies are gonna change or not.
Better change. Oh, yeah. They better change.
They better change.
Some of these better damn little cheese. I need to clean up my OBS. I have so many like random sources that I have no idea what they actually do. What are these
Yeah,
sources actually targeting? I
I
have a
feel that.
cyberpunk source from when I played cyberpunk for one day. I have a storybook source that's still there, like months after. I just don't. I just add sources and I never remove them. It just stays linger. I have a source that says what you say about me. That's the name of the source. The source actually is a exclamation mark charity. That's what it actually says. Yeah. All right.
That's it. I do know that where I've had you just reuse it, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
you never change the name, yeah.
um. Yeah. Well, what do you want to play here?
You normally go Mally here, I take it, right? With the
No, I go
beast up.
Deathwing here.
Oh, okay. So demons are out, which okay, I mean, well, I'm super happy to go with Deathwing if that's
No,
what
I
you
don't
want.
mind playing something else. Like I wouldn't mind playing Kurtrus because I never touch it, and this is a lobby way.
Well, Murlocs are out, so it would be a little bit
Okay.
trickier.
Okay.
So I think this is like an interesting Mally lobby because you need scaling early, right? Because it's a no Murloc lobby.
Sure.
I'm just thinking if we can get our hands on an early Cali or so, it's actually pretty legit.
I don't care. Oh, I do. Okay. Yeah, you know what?
Get
Cali
out the
was a
game
really good
calls.
idea. I
Yeah.
mean, Mally was a really good choice, Shady. Like,
Mally is it's just a pick, right?
how do you know?
I do this on Jandis too, right? I pick Jandis with it one token all the time. we all have our
Pretty
quality
good.
column.
Pretty good, Shady. You're not locking this, right? You're rolling for more tokens.
Yeah.
You token lover. All right.
I also really want to try and lean into the Cali if possible. Or Buster. I guess both are fine.
Easerin too. There's actually quite a number of things you can do. No, I proc. Oh my god, so unlucky.
99% already, basically confirmed.
Yeah. Like that is gonna be the difference between 99 and 100. Like legitimately. That's probably not worth, is it?
No.
You just take the mummy, or would you roll?
Would you zap the whelp on the board? Would you zap the whelp in the shops if you take the mummy or not?
I'd zap the whelp on the board.
Sure. We can start with that.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's better.
Nice. No.
Roll into yeah.
Nice.
We're just good at the game, guys. Like, it's not fair. We're built different, dude. Dude, I don't get these starts. This is why I don't play this hero. This isn't my starts. Like, this is not what happens for me.
Well, now you know, Collins. Now you know to pick the alley cat card and then turn it into other cards. So. Happy to be of assistance.
It actually makes so much sense now that I've seen you do it. It just makes so much sense. I like how targeted. It's crazy. All right. We're staying on one, or do you want to level?
I guess we can buy the cat and hero power one of them and go from there. See what happens. That's interesting-ish. Would you ever hero power the
Other one?
top pot now, or would you never?
Oh.
I guess, well, you hero power the tabby. That's fine. That's fine. But like, we might sell for a hyena pair.
Yeah. Now what? I have no idea, Shady. What do you want to do?
I think freeze, sell puppeteer, probably. That's fine. And then we could take a 3 next turn or something. We'll see what happens.
You want a 3 or a 4? Don't We want a 4 because then we can make it into a 6.
Yeah, I'm just afraid that our buddy is not going to be on time if we
We have
push it a bit.
hyenas, you know.
Yeah. If the buddy meter looks good here, like we tie this one, that's already a good start.
Win it.
If the buddy meter looks good, we could just level, but I guess
We
61%.
have 2 turns, right? 2 turns to get it.
Yeah,
to...
67. It should be fine then.
It should be fine, yeah. Okay. Did you level? You go into.
Do you roll the whelp for another mummy or?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, just
How are you so good, Shady? How are you so good? How do you do this? All right.
You gotta ask. If you don't ask, the game doesn't know.
Yeah. Never been this. All right. Just level and then we get 2 4s.
Yeah.
And then.
All right. Well, level and then we'll grab 1 and we'll go from there, I guess.
You lock, right? Coop.
I would lock, yes. Tough call, but I am inclined to lock the shop here.
That's fair. I could see that.
I'd almost want like to take the other one to 6 or something. That's kind of tough to do, I guess.
Take the other one to 6.
Yeah, I'm just thinking if there's a way to do that.
You don't really need to with this hero. That's the thing.
No, I might just make the money really weird. That's the one issue.
We're at 90, right?
Yeah, yes. With the 4 drop now, it's pretty much guaranteed.
You're tripling the micro, you're tripling the high.
It's a good question. The Leaper has more effect on the mummies if we don't triple them, but if we're grabbing both 4s, it doesn't matter.
So you could Leaper and then mummy. That would matter.
You can do whichever one makes more sense to you, Collins. If you want to just grab the one, I think this is fine, by the way, grabbing this one first. Oh.
Gold grubber.
I guess we're grabbing both then, right? We can transform the other one next turn, no, that's fine. Or we could transform now if it's a jug. Like, that'd be nice as well. Yeah, jug and shoot it.
No, jug is insane.
Yeah, jug is really good here. We have 1 roll as well. Oh my god! Right. Yeah, okay.
You want this?
Is that probably not, right? Like we're leveling every turn, right? With 2 grubbers.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we're getting 6 drops. I think I'm okay with these 2.
We're hero powering the shop, I think.
I would agree with you, yeah.
Yeah, I would be inclined to be hero powering the shop, personally. So Malagos, eh?
I mean, you've made a convincing argument, Shady. Yeah.
Pure skill, baby. Yeah, this is in a no Murloc clubby. This is nutty.
We can get a 5, but
this feels like level roll and freeze a 6.
Yeah, level roll freeze a 6.
Yeah, there's nothing. We don't want to sell a gold, and we don't want to sell a grubber.
I agree. Okay.
Great spot, I guess.
I think we're not getting Divine Shield, Shady. Come on. I see how Captain is better and Hydra's. Yeah, I see it. Okay.
Hydra's just like, you roll a mama here, right? And you're like, yeah, maybe that's not a mama.
Oh, it gets freezing. I believe that didn't used to happen.
I think that's correct. Yeah.
It used to not be frozen. And like sometimes you could troll. I'm okay with Chaga.
Yeah, I think unless it's awful, right? You always just grab the first one. Yeah, like even Nosy Looter is like, oh yeah, cool.
Yeah, I mean,
especially
in this
on this
stage,
board,
it's in this stage, it's nuts.
Yeah.
What are you rolling? I mean, which 4 are you rolling? Are you rolling a Hydra? Do you want a Hydra? Actually, no. I like Chaga scaling isn't enough, right?
Yeah. It's probably okay to just hero power to Hydra.
Yeah.
Could hit a Pumba.
We're just getting 2 units, right? That's what we're doing right now.
Well, 3, right? 9 gold, but yeah, 2
Ooh,
sixes.
this guy messed up. Right?
Yeah, he's not doing the thing.
Yeah, he messed up. He had a 50-50 flip, and he wanted to keep the Divine Shield. That's what happened, I could tell.
You gotta sell, man. You gotta.
You can't be greedy like that. Like
you gotta sell. It's just a pop-up, man. Come on. It has menace on it, though. So.
Yeah, maybe that's why.
That's why I just couldn't let go of the puppy.
Yeah,
couldn't let go of his pupper.
It's a big deal.
Yeah,
like when you get it. Yeah.
Love those sports.
Another one. Yeah, come on, dude.
Another one. Sure. Just Charlie Dong or what?
Yeah. No,
maybe Bank of Southwest already?
Sure. I haven't thought that far ahead.
All right. Because we're running that kind of comp anyway, right? Like, oh boy, 6-9. Nice. 3 times Spore. Amazing. What is this bad luck, chat? What the fuck? It's fine. We can punish the Dong and re-roll it.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Oh, yeah. We could re-roll it. Oh.
Yeah. It's getting buffed, bro, but it's probably okay.
You're just holding the Spore, you roll
I'd hold the Selfless. I like Charlie last. Yeah. We're not running a charity here.
I've never said that word. It's so funny. I know exactly what you mean.
All right.
Pretty strong for this turn. You know, turn 7. Like this.
I wonder why.
This is kind of nutty. See, this is tournament level, like power levels. I think. Right.
This is what we want.
Yeah, where like this is an annoying thing every time I go to a tournament and like it's turn 7 and my opponents have this board. I'm like, I never see this in ladder. Like they never have this in ladder, but like, in tournaments, like yeah, it's pretty common. How do we do this? Right, this is a good question.
Well, my instinct is we're always leveling, so I'm just thinking like maybe we just re-roll the Dong and go from there.
You can also buy the jug, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but what are you selling?
Oh, the Donger.
Wait, you're selling the... Wouldn't you prefer 2 shots, though, at an Eliza? Yeah. Or...
Instead of +6/+6, yeah. I could see it. That's fair.
Well, it's also a gold, right? Because you can't...
Yeah, you'd have
after
to
you buy the jug,
yeah.
You'd still have to sell your selfless, yeah. So I would prefer 2 shots here.
Fine.
Another Charlie would be fine. Eliza would be great. Yeah.
He's just built different, dude. You've called everything. I hate it. It's so annoying to me.
Okay. Level roll. Yeah. Freeze another 6.
All right, sure.
Another Eliza? No.
Too late. Too late with your calls.
Yeah, there was hesitation. Yeah. The game sensed it. Yeah.
We're not freezing the 6, right? We're just gonna roll into something else. Or do you want to freeze it?
I'd level again for sure.
Yeah, I mean we're so strong right now.
This is 0% chance you're not going to 6 next turn.
It's funny how we could still lose because it's freaking...
Yeah, it's Vol'jin.
Yeah, it's freaking Vol'jin.
But adding more stats to our units doesn't make our fight better versus Vol'jin. It's just basically need a ghoul or something. Looks like we are
easy win. Easy win. I was never worried.
Nah, never.
This was like the worst, some like it's not the worst hits, but like a pretty bad fight. There's a Tony.
There's a Tony. The issues were so damn strong. Do you think we're gonna get 4 things killed?
All right, that's fair. That's fair.
You'd have to, 4 things would have to die before the.
We can reroll the Tony and see if we win.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I just don't think it's gonna proc. I'd rather just get another scalar card.
So basically, you'd have to get rid of probably one of your two if you want a buster. I don't think we want a
I
buster
wouldn't
right
want
now.
Buster.
Yeah.
I want like another Charlie. I'd want another Eliza. Maybe something juicy here.
Charlie. Get out of the
So
hyena.
out of hyena and selfless, I guess. Oh, 1 sec, doorbell. I think you've got this right. That's pretty good spot.
No, I need you, Shady, dude. I have no idea what to do. Wait. What is the play from here? So the thing is, there's no Murloc, so we still need to find an actual game plan. I mean, our game plan right now is we're kind of scaling off the gold grubbers, but it's not gonna last forever. It's not gonna be good enough forever.
All right. Not bad.
Not bad. And this guy's popping off like crazy. And we need to hit the 50. Well, it's not 50-50 actually.
It's very strong, yeah. But still, there's no way we're not leveling 34.
Yeah. I mean, the play is correct. It's just like our opponents can contest us. Kekawait. He still loses, actually.
He's still taking 12.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Triple gold grubber.
Oh, let's go.
A fan of that. Triple Charlie.
Yep.
Another Charlie or a Magadon again?
I'm honestly considering the Charlie. What are you looking at?
Yeah, I'm okay with the Charlie again.
Okay. Would you scale up the cleave?
Yeah, that's the question, right?
I guess we're rolling the Mithrax, right?
Yeah. I don't think so. Yeah.
Sure, I guess. Let's see.
The question is like, are we getting out of micro afterwards?
Yeah.
We just play this. Well, we can play this in check.
Yeah. Malgadon's a pirate, so it's not
that bad, I guess. All right, we're keeping that.
Pretty good.
Were we just like for Reaper solid micro?
Yeah, I think you just float the gold. There is a scally, but I don't think we want
we're
to
floating 2 gold, right? Because we're
yeah. But you're so strong. I don't think it's. I think Far Reaper can be positioned to. Do you want that module or not?
Maybe, I don't know. I haven't thought about it. Do you want it?
I want a Puma. I would roll for Puma. Also, gem transfer is pretty good, right? Because you're gonna stack a lot of gems with these Charlies, and then you can move them to cleave.
Sure. This guy has the same idea that we do, except he doesn't have like
Doesn't have the 4 Charlies.
That's true. He's missing a little bit. I can't put a finger on exactly what he's missing. Also missing like a gigantic gold grubber.
Gigantic gold grubber, yeah.
It's a Cali. It's hard to do that here, though.
Get late, yeah. These poor Charlies, man. You have 4 Charlies and you're looking at Cali.
Yeah, I know. That's how I am.
What do they have to do, Collins, to satisfy you?
Gas Curler. Might not play it, but...
Yeah, I don't care. Like, my instinct is Nadina, because...
Are you rolling? Are you rolling anything
here? Yeah, I think so. I think trying to collect second golden Charlie is fine. Like, Pumbaa is probably more important than anything, so potentially rolling into 5s.
Kind of hard to do this. I mean, you can get out of this Nexus Lord. Right?
Yeah. So I definitely like Agam. I'm also looking at Brown. Because, like, Eliza can go, Nexus Lord can go, Small Charlie can go.
So you take these 2?
Yeah, I'd probably get those two, and I'd see if I can get more dongs with the brand. And you don't have to commit the brand to the board at
I
all.
know.
Yeah,
On the
nice.
dong.
Yeah, you got the so Nexus Sword out, Charlie out, and then we can play the Miro as well.
Oh, you're getting rid of the Charlie Pepe house.
You might get a thing, right? You might get a golden Eliza. No, it's fine.
How are you doing this?
Eliza out, Amalgadon, and Agam.
Seems reasonable.
All right, this guy.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to counter cleave him, you know.
Oof, right in the nuts.
Yeah, that's where I like to kick people for sure.
That's where we're cleaving, where it hurts.
You're gonna feel that in the morning. He's dead for sure.
We're actually gonna value trade his fucking deflect.
Yeah. Oh no, we're not. Oh, he's alive.
Oh, no,
Actually, he's alive. Oh my god, what? Oh my
It
god.
got +1 damage from the max.
Damn. I thought I was killing him. Wow. I feel bad. You don't want the second Agam, do you? Or do you want to hold it?
I'm thinking about it, but what's our flex slot here?
Agam. I mean, I can see us getting rid of this. Like, it's not that necessary. I mean,
Yeah, I'm just thinking if we get a Charlie, right, what happens then? Are you rolling 5s for Charlie here, or?
I don't know. I haven't thought about the turn yet. Yeah.
Sure.
I know I'm supposed to, but you know.
Let's roll the 5s then. It's fine. We don't need an Agam. It's okay. See if we get a Pumba. It's so many stunts. I think you're looking for gem transfer as well. You're looking for more.
You want to buy this?
No. We can roll 50 seconds.
This in the right matchup is really good.
Presser's probably good to bank, right?
Yeah,
for the
I'm okay.
full gen and shit. Yeah.
We have a Hogger in our hand. Like this,
Yeah, we do have a
this
Hogger.
is just like 2 gold for free. If you.
I feel like on a co-op in this spot, I probably wouldn't want to do it. I think solo, I'd probably blow up my board. And
Yeah, I feel you. Okay, that's fair. Let's just roll and see. You don't want bacon, do you?
No, I don't think so. I feel like if anything, like the brand is negotiable as well.
You can sell brand for second cleave.
I wouldn't do it here. I think I'd roll and see if something good.
All right.
That's fine.
Not jugging. Very chill turn.
I'm just looking at the brand Battlecry Gem Agam interaction. If it's ever just better than Charlie.
This guy actually has a board.
Yeah, he's huge. So he got Golden Brand Agam, right?
Yeah, Golden Brand.
He's actually winning the lobby. Yeah. Not getting one shot though. That's good.
Yeah, we found the winner of the lobby, guys.
Yes. Going, yeah. Must be a Westfall on 1 kind of guy.
We might be dead, actually. Huh.
Oh, yeah. That's a lot of 6 stars. Probably dead.
Oh, okay. We're alive. I wasn't worried at all.
Hog chat.
Copium. I actually need to try.
It's a good thing we didn't buy those hoggers. You know?
Take this?
Need poison.
Yeah, poison. Yeah.
Don't have a beast.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yep.
Running
double.
Agam, right?
Yeah. You can roll as well, of course. Sure. Let's see if we're lacking just shield, right?
All right. Taunt us.
Is it relevant versus that monster? Are you going to keep that cleave or not?
No, I won't. You're right. But fine.
I guess you can maybe gem swap to it.
But you would. It's plus 30. It's not that much.
You wouldn't lead with it, right? So
yeah, you don't need the annoy.
All right.
I'm okay with this. Yeah.
More dong, right? Yeah. We do still have some rerolls, so
Oh, you mean our?
yeah, the hero power.
Yeah, I was like, what does that mean?
Nadina.
Pressure.
Mhm.
I feel like how do you do Prester in Nadina?
It's either out of Bran, Charlie, the Cleave, Coiler. They can all go for a Prester. One more roll. Sorry.
Yeah, that's too much effort, Shady. Yeah,
I feel you. I feel you. Right. My instinct wasn't to play it, but I can't tell you that
that is
the Pirates wouldn't have Dawn.
I completely agree. That's why I played it. Like, I didn't think I needed to play it, but you know, I don't want to get fourth because
it's too good of a game to not get second. But
there's a chance the Vol'jin wins.
Yeah, scams and Brits. Oh, wow, that's the worst. We do have.
I mean, this is a good matchup against it, though. I don't know if we want the problem with the Nadina is they both have.
We can use it in between the donks for cleave protection. It's actually quite nice like that.
So just put the Nadina second.
Oh, so you have the one in your hand. I don't think we need more. I mean,
oh, you're saying do it, but
I want them early.
Yeah, okay.
I'm still going first with them for Prester, but I'm just putting Nadina in between because they're gonna have cleave, right? So that way you don't lose both your shields, and then the Nadina will reshield.
Okay, you're just using one.
I'm just using one.
We're getting out of the Charlie or what? Or the cleave?
Yeah, that's fair for me. We can get a reborn for this Coiler that probably destroys him.
Yeah, I know.
We have a reroll for 4 drops for the reroll, if that's what you're rolling for.
Once it hits the late game, I stop using the thing that much.
Yeah, me too. It's just because we're co-oping, it's easier now. Nothing.
Nothing.
Gem swap?
Re-swapping.
Probably hold it in the hand for now, and just play Charlie and put Nadina there, and we'll think later. So this Dong has 13 gems. The Grubber has 17 gems. I don't know, we might end up just making something slightly larger.
Ordering worked out a bit.
Yep. So good, this Nadina. Holy shit.
Yeah. Not fair. Even need this gas crawler. Wow, right into the kisser. I've had some really bad gas coilers where it's like 1s and 2 drops, and I just feel so bad. I'm like, come on, game.
I feel all like coilers where the ghoul kills my reborn coiler, and I'm like, thanks, ghoul.
I don't think the cleave will be big enough anymore.
No, this guy is absolutely massive.
Yeah.
We probably need Spore or High Roll another Dong.
But I think all the Dongs are in the pool. This Rattler is questionable.
Just looking at how big he is, right? I don't think this coiler does anything.
I know. We're just rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea what we can roll and for it to matter.
You just got to be really ambitious, right? You need Spore, you need another perfect Dong. Maybe if you see another Nadina, we can somehow try to cheese him if he doesn't. Because this guy doesn't necessarily... We don't necessarily need to press her with both, right? So you could maybe abuse Nadina a bit. Yeah. No.
Do we do nothing?
Are we looking at something or not?
No.
Okay.
Triple sell for a second Nadina.
Yeah, we can sell out of the Cleaver the Coiler, and then I think we put the one of the dongs in the back, right? And then just like Nadina.
Got to switch the Prester, the gas coiler, Pepe heads.
If you get real lucky here, this dong survives. It's still really good.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Unfortunate. Well, fortunate, not fortunate. It's just not big enough.
If we can cleave the, I mean, we can win this, right? Just need this to cleave into the Gold Grover.
He's on 4, yeah. If he corner cleaves himself, he can also die.
That sucks. All right, whatever. It's fine.
Gave him a run for his money. It was huge.
Is there a way to not have the Nadinas?
So I think the dong needed to go into like Nadina or something, right? And then it would live, and then the Nadinas would just destroy him.
Oh wait, I'm done. All right. Fine, one game, guys.
A little silly, like probably we were a little bit too relaxed and not ambitious enough. But honestly, like Golden Brand, Golden Flat Tusk, Agam that's a lot of stats. I think given the stuff that we saw, we probably wouldn't have gone bigger, right? Even if you grab that first Cali or something like that.
Dashing shirt. Oh, I actually have this shirt inside out. Just a little aside. I wore it inside out. I was like, yeah, they're not gonna notice. I'm just thank you for the compliment. Much appreciated. Yeah, I'm deciding to chill today and get ready for the tournament tomorrow. But thank you guys for joining us. Thank you, Shady, as always, for being here for the podcast. Much appreciated. Please, module on foe may have absorbed a hit, maybe.
On the other hand, the open, like we didn't know they were going to position that way, right? They had 2 huge cleaves. You don't assume that they're in the back. So most of the time when you module the foe, you're just opening yourself up to their cleave.
Yeah. What happens if you, in a lot of cases, they'll go like double cleave or something? Or
just farm your foe reaper for damage.
And then if they hit your foe reaper with their cleave, you're dead. You're super dead. So it can be bad. I mean, we had like a 40% to win, right? So it was basically a flip, right? 40 to win, 40 to tie. And in that situation, getting a flip to win, no Murlocs in, so you can't like guarantee. It's pretty good. So I'm okay with
good. Yeah. I think the double Nadina was good. We opened some scam potential there. All right, I'm off. See you guys.
I am also off. Thank you guys for being here. I will send you guys off to somebody else. Hopefully we do well tomorrow. That's really the big deal, I think, for a lot of things. So.